Existing home sales in July were even lower than expected due to higher interest rates and limited supply. I'm Jack from Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. Let's take a look. Existing home sales slipped 2.2% in July, according to the National Association of Realtors. Wow. Down to 4.07 million. They were expecting 4.18 million, so that's an 80,000 miss from the consensus expectation. Sales receded 16.6% from a year ago, and of course, prices are up 1.9% from a year ago. And here in Massachusetts, they're up a lot more, I think. Inventory of unsold existing homes increased 3.7% from previously a month ago. That's actually up. So I wonder if I think these existing sales, remember, they're a little bit of a lag, because if you close in July, then it went under agreement like in June or even in May. So, this is a little bit of a lagging indicator from that point of view. And take a look at mortgage rates. The 30-year fixed from Mortgage News Daily, great website. They're the highest they've been since November of 2020. No, they're the highest since November of 2000. 2000. Oh my God, that's a long time ago. CNBC, mortgage rates hit their highest point since 2000, Jack. This is kind of just mind-blowing. I was used to saying 2020. No, 2000. That's even before I bought my house. I remember I bought my house in 2002, and I remember I got my mortgage. It was 5.5%. And when I got that 5.5% mortgage, I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I was so fortunate because I knew that historically that was a pretty good rate. I want to show you this other chart that I just came across today. You may have heard me say that, quoting the Redfin figure, that 62% of people have a mortgage under 4%. Well, take a look at this chart. This is amazing. This chart comes from Bob on Markets, Robert Burgess. This is a mind-blowing graph showing the average rate of U.S. mortgages outstanding. The effective rate that borrowers are paying on their home loans currently is 3.6, which jives with the Redfin statistic I just mentioned. No wonder people don't want to move and or feel trapped. Now I'm just going to scroll up a little bit here so you can see this from a historical point of view. The average rate that people in America are paying on their current mortgages, if they have a mortgage, is 3.6%. That's way down here. Looks like it was just a little bit, maybe it was like 3.4 last year or something like that. But historically, when you look at this chart going back to the late 70s, we're way, way down low on the chart, right? And I guess I got lucky. I looked at this chart when I bought this house in 2002. We had just experienced this giant drop. And so that's why I got the bargain at 5.5%. I guess what I'm saying is everything is relative. When I got my bargain at 5.5%, that's because I had a life experience where everything was higher for my entire life before that. And I thought 5.5% was a deal. I snapped that puppy right up. Let me buy that before it goes away. And it actually, if you look at the chart, it actually did go away. It went up a little bit, and then it continued to go down when I had the opportunity to refinance, which was great, and I got something lower than 5.5. But at the time, everything's relative to your experience. So when you're looking at rates in the low sevens, which is what we are now, 7.25, 7.5, yeah, that stinks compared to 3.5. It sure does. But when you have to look at the perspective long term, it's actually kind of normal. And it might be the new normal because rates seem to be going higher for longer. And as Burgess mentions, that's why people aren't selling. That's why you're not going to have a lot of houses on the market. Why would you trade your 3.6 rate to pay 7.5? Unless for some reason you're radically downsizing and also moving to a much cheaper market. It just doesn't make sense. So We're looking this week at new home sales, I think, are Wednesday. Initial jobless claims Thursday. There's going to be some Fed speak in between. And, of course, the big Fed speak is Friday at 10 o'clock, where Jay Powell speaks from the Jackson Hole Conference. We'll be watching. I'll keep you posted. I'm Jack Gately from Jack Gately Real Estate and the Online Real Estate Academy. Have a great day.